about the Diverting Hate Report, and the next person we're going to talk about is the real MTR. Now, the real MTR had a male supremacy score of 92. He has over 635,000 YouTube subscribers as of 2023, and he's up.
Yep. Now, no introduction required on this one. Y'all see the topic of discussion. Tonight, I'm going to be addressing Diverting Hate's unofficial mascot, Barb and Boogie, on this matter right here, especially containing to MTR, mediocre tutorials and reviews. Because I see a lot of bias, a lot of cherry picking, and on top of that, not only MTR debunked all the claims being made against him from this Diverting Hate, claiming that he's a male supremacist, but even I came to the defense when I found out that, let's just be upfront and real, Barb and Boogie, I know something that you don't know, and that's this. Diverting hate isn't about combating hate, but rather it's Homeland Security's desperate attempt to push their bias agenda. In fact, MTR don't even go by the name The Real MTR. He goes by MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. And every claim that Barb and Boogie made against MTR is false, and I'm here to debunk it. But since she wants to be the mascot of Diverting Hate, I'm going to show all of y'all just how embarrassing her claims is. And for those of y'all who don't know, I actually tried to debate her on her claims when it comes to this. She doesn't want to do it because she knows she will lose the debate. But that's neither here nor there. We are going to go through this entire thing, and we're going to just destroy it bit by bit. And before I begin, this video is protected under Title 107, the Fair Use Act, for teaching, critiquing, and educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started, shall we?
Up to 682,000 subscribers as of March 2024. So that is where he stands. He is second on this list. There's the write-up on the real MTR, according to the report.
Which everybody is questioning. Why is he even on the list? What's more, why is he ranked second, especially over Fresh and Fit and Just Pearly Things, which do way more damage than him. Something in their claims does not make any sense at all, Barb and Boogie. But then again, you're the same one who eats anything and everything Diverting Hate feeds you. Yeah, we will call a strike, and a ball over here. But let's continue.
Report. The Real Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews is a black.
The Real Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews? Last time I checked, it was just Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. So where the real part come from, we don't know. Let's continue.
Male content creator in his 30s who engages in reaction videos to viral videos, from clips on sports networks to celebrity news. His discussions mainly revolve around demeaning the subject in the video, especially if it pertains to women. The Real MTR attracts thousands of viewers via conflated titles.
Is it just women? Barb and Boogie? Because I can tell you this right here, right now. Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews addresses both the women and the men. You even got you even got manosphere and non-manosphere alike questioning why is he on that list, especially when MTR is well balanced. You see, you're trying to make it seem like he just talks about women. No, he talks about women and men. And what's more, you're trying so hard to cheerlead for diverting hate that you don't even have the slightest clue that MTR is not part of the red pill. He's not even part of the manosphere. This is the reason why they're questioning why is he on the list. But let's go ahead and continue listening to your ignorant claims that you parrot from diverting hate.
Exaggerated thumbnails, and above all, content that promotes the manosphere and demeans women. Additionally, the real
MTR is not part of the manosphere, nor does he create content just going after women. He goes after the men too, correcting them. Oh, that's something diverting hate will not tell you, Barb and Boogie, while you constantly persist on licking their boots. And see how you're embarrassed. You see how this whole entire thing completely embarrasses you right now. But no, keep eating what diverting hate feeds you, thinking that their claims are accurate. Let's continue.
MTR advertises different social media platforms that aims to get viewers to his personal site, mtrarmy.com, for example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations and join a newsletter and army. In November 2023, he has 638 subscribers.
What Barb and Boogie mean by army, I think she's trying to say the MT Army, and which, by the way, has nothing to do with his social media platform. Matter of fact, on his site, he teaches and empowers individuals. Again, this is what happens when you're so busy being the mascot of a biased organization. You believe everything they tell you without a second thought and without doing your own research. And Barb and Boogie wonders why not only she looks like a complete and utter idiot, but if you also notice, her whole entire support group are nothing more than other females kissing her ass in the process. But let's continue.
Subscribers on YouTube in March 2024. At the time of this writing, he had 682,000 subscribers. That's a 7.4% increase in subscribers. Suggests that the real MTR is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his following base as an army, further creating a brotherhood and influence in the community.
What's with the emphasis on the army part? And yes, we all could clearly see the run on words here. But before I go any further, let's hear it from NTR himself about this same article, Barb and Boogie, who wants to take it and run, no questions asked. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, MTR actually responded to this hit piece. The same hit piece that Barb and Boogie wants to sit there and just completely snatch and run. But let's hear MTR's response to that.
The real MTR, the real mediocre tutorials and reviews. That's how you know that they did little to no research on me, or they just looked at the titles and the thumbnails and made their decision. Because nobody, literally nobody, even the scammers that hit me up on my email that are trying to get me to download something so that they can get into my bank account, even those guys in Nigerian shit are not calling me the real mediocre tutorials and reviews. Did you guys use a bot to write this? Is a black male content creator in his...
We just come across our very first debunk. NTR don't call himself the real NTR. It's just NTR. When you fail to do research, you embarrass yourself each and every time. Let's continue.
His 30s, about to turn 39 in a little while. Your boy still look good, doesn't he? Who engages in reaction videos to viral videos from clips on sports networks to celebrity news. His discussions mainly revolve around demeaning the subject in the video, especially if it pertains to women. Now, what's interesting about that statement right there is that they chose to utilize a picture from this video right here. The title of it is right here if you want to take a look at that. And within the video, the woman is demeaning men. But see, within their write-ups, they only call out my response to her demeaning statements.
I ain't never seen a man that I fucking need, bitch. You're all replaceable. Don't ever get too comfortable and don't ever think otherwise. You're a guest in this household and you can be kicked out just as quickly as you were welcomed in.
I just get so confused when I see these ladies that are using filters, a ton of makeup, drawn on eyebrows, fake eyelashes, and where you can still see the glue at the top of their head for hair that is not theirs, so confidently come on the screen and talk shit about men. How dare you? How dare you have the lack of decency to come up here and to talk about men as if men are inferior to you? What they're banking on is that anyone who's a decision maker is not going to go and research all of this. The real MTR,
which is their biggest mistake of their life. And by the way, it seems like Diverting Hate don't even review the video before making such retarded fuck ass statements. And another thing to notice is that notice how Diverting Hate is actually cherry picking videos. Yeah, they singled out one video and just automatically claim that MTR is a male supremacist, despite the fact that he has a whole bunch of videos calling out the men and their bullshit. So why is Diverting Hate cherry picking claims? But then they wonder why nobody is following behind their cause. Well, then again, I take that back. Barb and Boogie is the exception here. But let's continue on.
Attracts hundreds of thousands. Thank you very much. Put respect on my name. Via conflated titles. Yeah. Exaggerated thumbnails. Okay, those two are accurate. Listen, it's the content game, baby. The algorithm is a motherfucker, right? You got to do things. I consider myself a media public, right? Like, I publish things. So you got to do things in order to attract eyes, okay? Because if you don't do that consistently, the algorithm just deranks you, delist you, whatever. I will eat these too, all right? I pop off on my titles and my thumbnails. And above all, content that promotes the manosphere, which I've not said that I am a part of, and demeans women. Now, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but when they determine how they give you this male supremacy score.
Yeah, another debunk. MTR is not manosphere, nor is he red pill, but he's still on the list for being manosphere and red pill. L after L after L after L. But Barb and Boogie believes everything that she reads is true. What an embarrassment. Let's continue.
Score, they've only utilized the top 10 videos on your platform as a method to quantify everything. Now, let's say that the top 10 videos on my platform have 1 million views each, which is not true, by the way. But if it was, it'd be 10 million views. You know how much views that I have on my channel right now of all of my publicly available videos? Almost 300 million. So the data that you use to establish me is less than 3% of the total amount of views that I have on my channel. There is not a statistician on this planet that would say that the way that you guys have gathered data for your bullshit score makes any sense. But I digress. Additionally, the real MTR advertises different social media platforms aimed to get viewers to his personal site, mtarmy.com. This is actually not true. I am not aiming to get folks to go to this website at all. I created it over a year ago just as a place that people can just go to see additional information about me, but it's really not my goal. That's why I don't advertise it. But I am now advertising where the MT Army will reside, again, linked down in the description box below. For example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations and join a newsletter, an army. MT Army. It's a play on words. In March 2024, at the time of writing, he had 682,000 subscribers. A 7.4% increase in subscribers suggests that the real MTR is the shit. I'm just kidding. They didn't write that. Is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his follower base as an army. See, what they're trying to do is to weaponize this army shit as if I'm creating an incel army that hates women, and he's creating an army in order to be able to do that, further creating a
And that's another thing too. The red pill, the manosphere, and everyone who understands the situation, everybody's getting sick and tired of these woke sheeple trying to put incel into every male group. When will these retarded fucks learn by now that incels are in a group of their own? In fact, the incels have completely distanced themselves from red pill and manosphere. In fact, the majority of incels call themselves black pill. And no, Barb and Boogie, there's no such thing as multiple colored pills in one group. So case in point, the incels are not red pill, they're black pill, and incels are not part of the manosphere, especially when they do not agree with anything that's part of the manosphere. But what do you know? Barb and Boogie? You're too busy kissing Diverting Hate's ass to even pay attention and even notice that shit. Not to mention, MTR has completely debunked Diverting Hate's claims that was made against them. Now, how embarrassing it is that you sitting there, you taking their entire claims off face value, not even doing your own research, but you're sitting here acting like what they're saying about MTR is 100% fact. But let's continue on.
A couple of videos of male content creators talking about MTR, and they were like, these people at the Diverting Hate situation, they got this one wrong. And then they were like, obviously he is regurgitating some of the red pillars talking points, but he's not as bad as.
Oh, no, Barb and Boogie. We are not going to be cushioning the blow here. And all those content creators are telling the truth. He has no involvement in Red Pill nor the Manosphere, but you, Barb and Boogie, in a desperate attempt to be right, you trying to make all these little sugarcoating excuses. Oh, he's regurgitating the Manosphere. Wow, just wow. So now you're trying to put a spin to it in a desperate attempt to make NTR part of something that he is not. Why don't you just accept the fact that he's not? Period. And there are many content creators who's not part of the manosphere that also says the same thing. Oh, don't tell me, Barb and Boogie. They also regurgitating manosphere talking points because you are so desperate for your fellow diverting hate group to be right. We all know it, but let's continue.
As being number 2 on this male supremacy scale.
Isn't as biased as what this organization is, as these NGOs are. You just never know. All it takes is somebody to not actually review my content, to get past the titles, to get past the thumbnails, and someone who believes that anyone that thinks that anybody who's anti-feminism is a hate mongerer can look at reports like this and I'm gone.
Exactly. In the end, it's not about diverting hate. It's about Homeland Security trying to push a biased agenda. More importantly, everybody is also asking, what involvement does the feminists have with this program? And furthermore, is Homeland Security pushing a bias? After all, isn't this what they're doing this for? To make the feminists happy? Not about diverting hate? But then again, Barb and Boogie don't want to accept the fact that this is the same diverted hate that who pulled their ass off of social media, all because everybody called them out on their biased BS. But let's continue.
Demonetized, deleted, what have you. So because of this, I have gone out my way to create a community, a free community, and this will be where the MT Army resides, which will become the best self-development community in the world. We're going to focus on 4 main pillars of growth: your financial fitness, health and wellness, identifying your purpose, and solidifying your masculinity. Much more information on that later, but click on the link down in the description box down.
But according to these clowns, he's teaching other men about male supremacy. And yes, both his male and female supporters came out completely destroying these claims made against him by diverting hate. But pay attention to how Barb and Boogie is so desperate to make a failed attempt work.
What I want these organizations to understand is that coming across as pro-man doesn't mean that you are anti-woman. I think decades-long brainwashing of anti-male sentiment on the backs of when a patriarchy actually existed is why you are having so much negative consequences on the modern man today. And a lot of this content is the antithesis of this unchecked and this uncriticized message that has hit men for these decades. Personally, I'd love to get into a place and a mindset where content like myself is not even needed. But when you have mainstream organizations that continue to say and stand up for the ideals that men are useless, I will continue to be here. I will continue to grow, and I will continue to thrive. But I guess on the bright side, if you guys ever needed proof that I'm not controlled by anything or anybody, then here is your proof. But listen, as I exit, shout out to my community. I can't believe it, but looking at the calendar.
Now, apparently, he's still growing because now his subscriber count is over 713,000. And you can just see some of.
I guess he has clowns like Diverting Hate and you being their mascot. He has y'all to thank for his growth. Congratulations.
of the thumbnails just here in these two pictures. They are like, he's basically talking about women crying and the modern woman. So he is parroting a lot of the talking points of the red pill. If you listen to some of his content,
why don't you just face facts? And no, don't try to use two thumbnails as a way to try to prove your point. Because that's all you're doing, Barb and Boogie. You're basing your findings just off of two thumbnails, two videos, and then try to sit there and try to make him manosphere. You're trying to make him red pill while disregarding all the videos he has, especially the ones where he's talking about the men. Wow, Barb and Boogie is just as desperate as their failing diverted hate group. See, this is what we call cherry picking, Barb and Boogie. Oh, y'all just scroll down, just find certain videos of a content creator saying certain things, then y'all try to use that content alone to sit there and try to push a narrative. It's not gonna work. It ain't working. But again, she's trying so desperate to make MTR part of Red Pill in the Manosphere, which he is not. And it's clear to see that Barb and Boogie just can't handle a loss. Straight up. And I ain't going to go any further on this. You even have non-red pills and non-manosphere calling out this BS that the diverting hate is claiming MTR is doing. So no, Barb and Boogie, it doesn't matter how much you kiss diverting hate's ass, believing that every claim that they come out is true, face the facts. This one got destroyed, and now you looking like a clown sitting there eating anything and everything diverting hate feeds you. Now I said what I had to say. I'm done with diverting hate's ass-kissing mascot. Yes, ass-kissing mascot Barb and Boogie, who eats anything and everything diverting hate feeds her, and I'm out this bitch. Later.